Each day, nearly 160,000 kids miss school. But it's not because they're sick. According to the website here, stopbullying.org, it's because they're being bullied. It's a cruel world, and with the internet, the schoolyard bully has a brand new playground. 30% of kids through 6th grade through 10th grade are involved in bullying. That's 1 in 4 kids, according to the American Justice Department. And over 100,000 kids will bring a gun to school to protect themselves, all because they're scared at school. And tonight, in a WNBF News special report, a wake-up call about the problem and what schools are doing, what you can do to protect your child. Caught on tape, broadcast for the world to see, bullying has gone mainstream from street corners to the internet. And scenes like this can lead to something much worse.
Multiple shots to the man down.
October 16th, 2009, shots ring out at Carolina Forest High School.
I asked her what was going on. She says, don't know for sure. All we know is there is crime scene tape put up near the library.
That tape marked the room where school resource officer Marcus Rhodes shot and killed 11th grader Trevor Varanez. State investigators say the special needs student, a high-functioning Asperger's teen, went after the officer with a knife and was killed in self-defense. Why did this child snap? Trevor's mother, Karen, thinks she knows. To the Asperger Society website, she writes, "We believe he was asking for assistance from bullying and had carried a knife to school for protection. Many students came to his funeral services and handed us letters about the bullying that he was enduring. Trevor had never told us about this." The Varanezes were in the dark. Now's the time to ask yourself, as a parent, are you in the dark too? Meet our panel of teenagers from Socastee High School. They've agreed to sit down and candidly talk to us about bullying, what really happens, and what you as parents probably don't know.
If you tell something to a teacher that's like a serious problem, they're gonna tell an administrator, and you don't want the kid who's bullying you to get even more mad.
And half the time kids are scared to say something because they're scared that the bully or whoever's going to come back and get them.
What's worse, these teens are dealing with a new world of bullying, where the threats aren't just made in the halls or cafeteria.
Bullying for our parents, was getting stuffed in a locker, getting beat up, getting stuff stolen from you. And I don't know that physical bullying around here happens very much. Cyberbullying may happen a lot.
The cyberbully has a new arsenal of weapons with cell phones and social networking sites. Forget the sticks and stones. Words will hurt, and they're not afraid to text, type, and hit send. Facebook and MySpace have become a spot to not only connect, but torment.
Some people go so far as to create entire pages that are devoted to making fun of somebody or
fake pages.
Yeah, I think they call them hate books and hate spaces or something.
YouTube is a popular site for videos of fights.
They think this is the real world as far as an TV show, and they will, in a heartbeat, videotape someone getting beat up and post it online.
These kinds of posts definitely fall into the bullying category, according to Socastee High School Student Resource Officer Eric Carney. He spends his days not only patrolling the halls, but also patrolling the internet.
If they're being bullied on there, it's no different than being bullied in real life. And then they will come to school with fear.
School resource officers, principals, and Horry County school administrators are trying to arm themselves, hoping to keep that fear out of the classroom. But in a world where technology changes every minute, protecting their students, your kids, is a gray area.
Since it is pristine territory, and most administrators know very little about the cyberbullying.
James Bradley is in charge of risk management for Horry County Schools. He says in order to know the problem, he's doing whatever he can to know the cyberbully.
First thing that I did was try to arm myself with some strategies by going to a bullying class which dealt with cyberbullying.
He asks district administrators, how technically savvy are you? Then he teaches principals what to look for, how to spot and deal with the cyberbullying problem. Dr. Paul Browning is the principal at Socastee High School. He says aside from knowing the avenues where the cyberbully lurks, the key to staying on top of this ever-evolving issue is communication with his students.
I think the key for us is maintaining the trust of the students, so that the students feel that if they're having an issue, they can come to some of us and talk about it.
Browning says tracking down the problem is actually one of the easier parts of busting a cyberbully.
Once they put something in writing in cyberspace, they're on the record.
And if you've got it on record, it's easy to prosecute. You can be charged with unlawful communication. That's how they end the bullying. As for stopping it before it starts, our experts say that is a work in progress.
Could I see something in writing, you know, and as far as strict guidelines on what to do? I said not at this point. Not at this point, because nobody would really know actually what guidelines to set.
There's definitely more that can be done. You know, we have 10-year-olds who now have cell phones, 10-year-olds who have Facebook accounts.
Taking away one of the cyberbully's biggest weapons, the cell phone, at least in school, doesn't seem to be in the cards either.
That's an ongoing discussion. Will they try to control it? That's an ongoing discussion. But what I think needs to happen is that the cell phone policy needs to be the same in every single school.
As the schools figure out how to get on the same page, administrators say their best line of defense to keep your kids safe in school happens right in your home.
There's a lot of parents that don't check. A lot of them think it's an invasion of privacy. Well, you know, that computer is now invading your home. I mean, it's the world. And some of these kids aren't, nobody's looking after them.
And believe it or not, some of your kids agree.
There's so many things that your parents don't look at you, or like they don't search for things that you're doing or look at you and ask you, okay, is there any problems going on in school? They don't take the time to look at you and ask you those questions.
In a world where bullying is coming from all corners, that may be the most important line of conversation you can have with your kids.
Subject being disarmed. Performing CPR right now.
If you'd like to learn more about how you can help your child, we've set up a lot of information for you right on our website. You'll find links to a website that will help your family with a bullying situation. We also have the information Horry County schools use to teach their administrators about that problem. Just go to WMBFnews.com to arm yourself with all of these tools. Live in the studio, Danner Evans, WMBF News.